So sorry. I was doing all of that talking. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I don't know what is wrong with me. I just cannot seem to get myself together today. I've had a really rough day. But okay, I'm going to play that 911 call that was made by Cindy Anthony. As soon as it comes up, here we go.
July 15th, 2008. Cindy Anthony made her first of 3 calls to
Can you guys hear that?
I have a 22-year-old person that has grand theft sitting in my auto with me.
Is this a relative?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen to what she called about grand theft for stealing money.
Earlier that day, Cindy and her husband George Anthony learned that the car they allowed their daughter Casey to drive had been sitting at an impound lot for weeks. And Casey hadn't returned home with her daughter Kaylee in over a month.
They get the car and they see Kaylee's car seat in it and some other things. Like, what's going on? And the car also smelled.
It smelled.
Bring her in. I want to press charges.
Where?
Turns out the real reason Cindy wanted her daughter brought into police was far worse than a stolen car.
But that's not true.
There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Okay. She called initially about some checks that were stolen. Then when they found the daughter's car, that had been told that before then, Casey and the boyfriend had gone and stolen gas tanks from her father's shed because she had ran out of gas. Then the car was towed. When she found the car, when they finally, I guess they got a notice about the car, it was at an impound lot. And then she calls and says that it smells like a dead body in there. Hello, how are you, Crying Red?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How you be? I can't see the chat, so hello, everyone.
You can't see the chat? Why?
I don't know. I clicked on the chat, and it just only people that are in the studio, it says. Maybe if I... No, it won't. Oh, there we go.
There you go. You can see it. There you go.
Hey, Paranormal Witch, I see you. I see everybody. Hi.
Oh my God. This docu-series has got me twisting and turning.
I watched it for you, by the way.
Oh my God, thank you.
The Peacock one.
Thank you. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat before we get started. Oh, I gotta say hi. Hi, Just John. Hi, Tina. Hi, Paranormal. Hi, let's see, Mare. How are you? Crime Red, I see you. Hi, Stacy.
I don't get a hi. Damn.
I see. Oh God. Hi, Queen of My Truth, Margene. Hi, Jean Branston. Hi, Mims. How are you? Hi, Sweet Potato. Hi, Drea. How are you? Let's see. Share Bear, how are you? Michelle LaBelle, how are you this evening? Susan G. You can't hear me? You should be able to hear me now. Hi, Susan G. Hi, Susu.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Girl, I was talking. I have forgotten.
I saw that.
I had myself on mute.
You were like, what? Why isn't anybody? I put it on caps, and then right when I did it, you turned it on. I'm like, okay, I'm still hitting send for just the fuck of it. I mean, oops, sorry.
It's been a long day. I've been.
We can't say that word no more. Bad girl.
I'm sorry. I've been in meetings since around 7 o'clock this morning. My director came in from Montreal, and we had meetings for 2 days, and I am tired. But I had already said we were going to do it Wednesday, so we're going to do this today because this has been eating me up. Hi, Big Bad Wolf.
Hi, Queen of Truth.
Susu is in the house. I think I have, oh, wait a minute.
Tina.
Mark, hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you.
John. Sorry. I'm trying to get my friends in there.
You're funny. Hi, Snuggle Bunny. How are you? And welcome to the panel. I really am happy you're here. Hi, Terry. How are
Bad
you?
Wolf. How you doing?
Roberta Trump. How are you? How are you, Roberta? It's been a while, baby.
Tina, the Greek mom. Do you speak Greek?
Yes, she's Greek.
Yagamisu. No, Sagapo.
Yes, Tina.
Sagapo. Not Yagamisu.
She used to be Tina, mom of 8, Greek mom of 8, and then she just changed. She has 8 kids.
My ex is from Greece. Well, Cyprus, but on the Greek side.
Okay, okay.
He taught me the swear words, of course, and then
she said yes a little, and I love you too. That's what
thank you. That's what Sagapo means. Sagapo.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Tina have to teach me some Greek, okay? But I need to learn how to curse people out in Greek. So
Yagamisu.
Yeah. So see, I don't know what that means, but that
It
sounds
means
bad.
F you.
Sounds bad. So I'm gonna have to learn that because in January I'm going to start speaking Greek so I can curse people out.
Then you can get through it with the algorithms.
Yeah. She said she's 100% Greek. Both her grandparents were born there.
He was too. Well, actually, though, his mom was born in Alexandria, in a Greek colony there, and then he was born in Cyprus in another like Greek. It's weird. The Greeks colonized quite a bit in the Middle East.
Yeah, Kayla, where did you go in Greece? Did you go to Cyprus?
That's an island. Well,
yeah, they went to an island. Yes, they went. They were on an island when they went to Greece, and I want to know, where did they go?
Probably not there. Probably like Serafina or
might be.
Cyprus is a war. It's still at war.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they do have some tourists, though.
Well, this was last year.
They've been at war since 1979, I think.
Well, they didn't go there then. I need to find out where they went because when I looked,
there's a lot of partying I saw there. Like that's what I'm looking for.
Gotta get me a Greek man. Okay, so you watch Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies.
Okay.
Where do you want to start with this?
You go, girl.
So, Casey stated that the reason why she's coming forward now is because she's had 10 years, which is really about 13, to get, almost 12, to get herself together and to be able to talk about it. She says that she needed someone to talk to and to get it out. So my understanding is she's had intense therapy. She had been doing therapy for like 8 years after all of this happened. So she was living with Pat McKinnon. What's his name? Pat McKinnon. He was part of her defense team. She said after the trial, they gave her a little bit of money to get herself back together, to start over. She stated that Pat took her in and she has been his research assistant for like 10 years. He actually moved her into his home after he spoke with the family, to see how they felt about it. And then Casey actually became a part of their family. I see all that red hair, woman. Okay, I see why he's crying red. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
My hair tie broke.
Oh, your hair tie broke. Okay, now I hear you. You kind of remind me of Simply Red when he was younger.
Oh, he played the trumpet too.
Yes.
I played the trumpet. Well, I didn't want to like dog out and like not really show myself because there's so many catfishes out here. So I just wanted to be like, yo, this is me.
Look, I'm reading your chat. I kind of pictured your voice to sound just like it does too. So Kaylee,
so I turn the camera off. I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Yes, turn your camera off, baby. You're fine. So the last time Kaylee was seen was June 16th. And this is where the problem starts. George says that he saw Kaylee and Casey leaving the house around 12:50 that day on the 16th. I don't know where she went, but she'll be back. So when the cops, after the investigation started and they were pinging her phone was at her home up until around 4:11, which coincides with what Casey says in her interview.
Sorry about that.
So Casey said that in the interview, she wasn't feeling well that day. She went to lay down. She had Kaylee with her. She had the bed pushed up against the wall with the pillows. The TV was on, and Kaylee was laying next to her, and she fell asleep. She said normally she's a light sleeper because of everything that happened in her past, and she was always on guard. She said that day she just fell into a deep sleep. When she woke up, and this is where I have a problem, she said Kaylee wasn't in the bed. She thought the door was locked, and she said that Kaylee would never leave, not even if she had to go to the bathroom without waking her up. Now, not simply red. Now, crying red.
I'll keep holding on.
Do you remember what she said when she was being interviewed by the cops? Do you remember what she said when she was interviewed by the cops about?
None of that. She didn't say anything about the child being asleep. She didn't say anything about the child sleeping on the, think about it. A 2.5, almost 3-year-old sleeping on the inside of you. You think they crawl over you that quietly?
Nope.
To me, that just didn't ring true. And it seemed like a rehearsed story, like they rehearsed it together to sound plausible.
Okay, and that's what my problem was right there, because if anybody has ever had a toddler in the bed with you,
exactly.
know, especially the way you're sleeping, now they're not going to think about, going to the end of the bed and sliding down. They're going to
crawl over you.
Yes. That's where I had a problem with that at. Then when she said that she went out looking for her, but
she said that she didn't have to look, that when she opened the door, he was there with her.
No. See, that's what she said once before. Well,
yeah, that's the first time I heard that too.
But in the first part, she said she got up and she went looking for her. And by the time she came back from the left side of the house, because they asked her, did you look in the pool? She said there was no need to, but by the time she came back around from the left side of the house, he was standing there with Kaylee and she was soaking wet. And he put Kaylee in her arms and he said, this is all your fault. And then as she's standing there, as she's on her knees on the ground holding Kaylee, now my first thought is, my baby is dripping wet. I'm going to get my ass up and I'm calling 911.
I'm going to try CPR first.
Yep.
I'm going to try to pump that water out of her, you know.
But then she said that when she could actually focus, he had taken Kaylee away from her, walked through the screen door. She said the screen door, and he disappeared in the house. She has no idea what he did with her. Now, one thing that marries with what she said on the interview was that her dad had called her to tell her that, go do what you have to do. Just be normal. And Kaylee is she's going to be okay. They did have a call from George around 4-something that afternoon, 4:19, when he got to work, and the call lasted 26 seconds. Kaylee left the home, and Casey left the home, and that's when her phone started pinging, going to her boyfriend's house. I can't remember. Tony. No. I can't remember her boyfriend's house. Yeah, don't worry about it. I can't remember his name right now. But she left there and went straight to his home. And that's where she stayed until all hell broke loose. She was there for 31 days. And she said she was calling her dad every day when her mom was at work. And that is true because they have traced, they have pinged the calls, they had her call logs. She was calling and talking to George when her mother was at work. What do you think?
I think she's full of shit. I mean, to keep it simple.
But do you believe, I do believe that George knew exactly what happened and he was a part of it.
I think that he definitely, it's just so, it's so scary. I got even more confused after watching that because listening to the investigator vouch for her and some of the first things that George said to him, like she's a known liar. He was already making her, discrediting her. And the investigator's like, yo, dude, they're trying to kill your kid here. And you're giving him the fucking IV unit to stick in her arm. What are you doing here?
He was saying one thing to her, one thing to the defense team. Now, Margene was right. At one point, she said that he woke her up. Then if you listen from the beginning, she said she woke up and Kelly wasn't there.
Yeah.
So which is it? Did he wake her up? Because she said that she was looking for, but
I think she said she woke up late. Remember? That's what her new version was. She woke up late because she didn't feel her daughter or something.
But then she said, I think later on during the first part, she said he woke her up.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
So I was paying attention. That's why
Have you noticed how much she's aged?
Yes.
That, not to be rude or anything, but
she has the prettiest green eyes. Now, whether or not her eyes are gorgeous. See, she had two in that first episode. She basically contradicted herself. That's where I have a problem at.
I think she's used to playing the damsel in distress as well, and she manipulates men because she's attractive into doing what she wants.
Yep.
And she tried to do that with the police officers, but it didn't work.
Now, John Allen, who was he was a sergeant at the time, he's the one that supervised that investigation.
I'd like to talk to John Ashcroft.
Ooh.
Didn't he write a book? I never read it though.
Yeah. That's a good one. But the detective who was in charge of the case, he said they already knew that she didn't work at Universal Studios because they
had to do a, come on.
Yeah, they already knew, but they just let her take them there to see what she was going to do. Now,
I think her parents knew as well because she didn't have any income.
But she said that she was, remember her mom said that
stealing from her mom and her grandma.
Yep, but her dad said that she had left to go to work. That's what my issue is. Joyce says he saw Casey and Kaylee leave the home around 12:50.
Oh yeah, he did that day, and he never saw him again.
Yes, he did.
I do remember that.
So that's what I can't see.
Oh, that's a little, but these are just real lies. He hasn't contradicted himself yet.
Yeah.
But why did he tell the girl he was having an affair with the dark kind of curly brown hair?
The one that took the stand. But he's had a history. She said that he's always had affairs on his wife.
He has.
That's what Casey said. Now,
because his wife made him feel less than a man. And when you do that, I'm speaking from experience. When you do that to a man, oftentimes he will molest a child because you made him feel like not a man.
Okay.
At least that's what I felt like in my personal experience. My mom was really dominant and really an evil woman. And her boyfriend at the time, but became husband later, molested us.
What?
And then he blamed it and then when I got into this foster home, same thing happened where the woman was real dominant and aggressive. Their husbands would molest me.
Oh
And the
my
ones where the wives were like easygoing, nice people, the
Mhm.
men were more normal.
So let me ask you then. So with Casey Anthony and with Dr. Harry Crop, he said
It fits the profile.
Yep, he definitely said that she was intensely abused. And the other psychiatrist found the same thing. He said there's a test they gave, which is an MMBI test, and she had no personality disorders.
Right. Yeah.
She was not schizo. He said she displayed everything. But my problem with that is when she was showing how her dad would move the hair off her neck. That to me was a little too sensual when she did it on the screen. Did you notice that?
No, but I'll go back and watch it because that would be interesting to me. Because
he would.
For me, when I would have to like, some of me believed her, but some of me didn't as a victim. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like she didn't act.
Okay, so you were a victim. Now,
yeah,
you dealt with how old, if I'm not being too personal, how old were you when you were
4
Okay.
to 8.
4 to 8. And
so she said she changed her dates, her ages. And then she said that her brother started on that thing. She contradicted herself. She said that her father stopped when she was about 12, but then her brother started right away.
Well, she said her brother started when she was 8. No,
that's her dad. She said her dad started when she was from 8 to 12.
Yep. And then her brother, she said she could remember him coming into her room, sliding her over, getting under the covers.
And all but having sex with her. But the only thing that rang true was you do pretend like you're asleep.
Yep. And she said that. But then she said that he would tell her that she was daddy's special little girl and this is their time. Is that?
Yeah, that's and him being a police officer, like they do psych tests on them. Like,
okay. And we do know that Cindy is very
controlling and dominating and would definitely belittle him. Did you see how she told him to shut up in that interview?
Yes. Oh my God.
And how he was like, yeah. And look at how bad Cindy's aged.
Yep, she looks horrible. She accused him of stealing 60. How do you accuse?
Well, he refinanced the home without her permission.
Yeah. But
he took her retirement funds, didn't he? Her 401k.
Yep, but would that be
it would have been theirs mutually anyways.
Anyway, yes.
But still, I think he was too embarrassed to admit that to his own family because his family back in Ohio thought he was living the dream down there in Florida.
Yep. And I didn't find out until this interview because I thought he retired as a cop in Florida. No.
I think they let him go in Ohio.
They let him go, and I've been trying to find out why.
I think he was, I think if I remember right, he was too aggressive. He had too many complaints against him in his first, he was only a cop for like a year or two. He did not pass the mustard.
Okay, probably because of the way he was being treated at home. And then when he went down to Florida, he got into security.
And see, they start molesting little girls because the little girls don't talk back. They don't.
But do
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but she said okay, here's my thing. 1 minute she said she was faking like she would go to sleep. Then she said she would be begging him not tonight. So
yeah, see, I didn't believe that at all. No kid, like never in my life did I ever tell him, not tonight. I just want to sleep tonight.
Yes.
Hell fucking, oh, sorry. No.
That's okay.
I never thought about it like that. I would have thought, never, stop this. I would have never said, just let me sleep tonight. No way. That would not enter an 8-year-old's head to talk like that.
Now, she didn't say she said it to herself. She said it that she would say it to him.
She said it to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
what I can tell you though, when I was 12, that's when I got old enough to tell the guy that was molesting me, if you ever touch me again, I will kill you.
Oh, God.
And I meant it. And he never touched me again.
Did you ever tell your mother?
No, I didn't trust her. My real mom, when she learned the abuse got way, way worse, and it stepped up from just normal abuse to what you'd call torture.
Yeah.
And so after that happened, I didn't trust her, and I moved out, and I was in the hospital for a year I had all the kinds of broken bones and just, I needed help.
Okay.
And I never went back. Then my mom married him when I was 14.
She married him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see when Margene just said that that she was planning on leaving the home and she didn't want her parents to know. Now here's a problem I had with that too, because his name is Anthony Lozada. Anthony said that Casey had phoned him one day and stated that her parents were getting a divorce and she would have to find a place to stay. Not she.
Yeah, that's because the house was being foreclosed on.
Yep, not she and Kaylee, but she.
Yeah, because she already knew Kaylee was gone.
Yep, she would have to find a place to
there
stay.
are many occasions, if people are to be believed, of her talking about her daughter in the past tense during those 31 days.
Now, but I have a problem with that too, because when I'm looking at the videos of
Tina, that's my problem. Why would she have entrusted her daughter? I never trusted my stepdaughter around this guy ever, ever, ever.
Okay,
I would have, and she wasn't even my real daughter, but I couldn't, no way.
Okay, the chloroform searches on the computer, the hair fibers and decomposed smell in the trunk. George was complicit. Okay, so the chloroform, they could never, anything that decomposes.
Well, but Cindy came home and lied and said she looked that up herself.
Yeah, and she lied. She was at work. But anything that decomposes, you're gonna have some kind of chloroform, some kind of what is it called?
Yes, you do exhale that in it does form naturally.
Yes.
The defense, they did prove that.
Yeah,
that was shitty science.
Yep. And then so the chloroform and then the tape. We're gonna get to that tape.
The tape made it sound
like the tape shit out of me. Her mouth. There was never any evidence of that. When the brother Lee.
Yeah, but it was on her mandible. That's her jaw.
Yeah, but she could have when she's been there the whole time, the bag is disintegrating. Come on.
That guy said he kicked the head.
Yeah. Okay, let's think about it. So when Lee contacted the defense team, he said, I need to tell you about how our father disposed of our dead pets. He would wrap them in a blanket.
Yep. I heard that Kaylee did that. I heard that was Kaylee or Casey that did her dead pets like that. That was the dad that did that?
That's the dad that did that.
Oh, wow.
The dad.
Okay, I've been misunderstanding that for years because I thought that was her thing.
He would take
her best friend said that she brought her there and showed her her pet cemetery, though.
Yep, but that's where the dad would bury the thing at, and then they kept making a big deal about this mask about the duct tape. Well, the duct tape they found at the home, it was the same brand, but
it was very common, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was purchased after the little girl went. After the little girl, way after the little girl went missing. So they couldn't go anywhere with that. So
how long did it take them to find her? 5 months or a year?
5 or 6 months. Because in November they were still searching. They were doing the water searches in the lake and everything.
Right.
But the same spot they had searched before several times.
Right, and nothing had been there. That's the weird part. And Texas EquiSearch, they are good.
Yep, I know.
So they came out there, rip rodding on their four-wheelers. I don't think that's it's like a block and a half from their house. Yep. I don't think they would have missed it.
Nope, they wouldn't have missed it. The guy that runs Texas EquiSearch, his daughter went missing, and they think that she was part of the I-45 killer. They never found her. Yeah, they never found her. I've been following that case for the longest. He quit his job and everything, and he started searching, and then he formed Texas EquiSearch.
Like John Walsh,
Yeah, he's found a lot. He's helped find a lot of people. But his daughter went missing. I think she was 17, 17. She went missing and they never found her. Never found her.
Okay, Snuggle Bunny, if he says that, what was his opening statement? I don't remember Jose Baez's opening. He interviewed and he said Kaylee didn't drown, and he still stands by his opening statement.
No, he said that she accidentally drowned in the family pool.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said was that.
Yep. So, and yes.
Exactly. Queen of Truth. Why didn't she have, they could do an autopsy and tell if she had water in her lungs or not.
They couldn't do anything. The body had been.
But if it decomposed too much and her lung tissue had been.
That's why I said it had to be the dad. He knows how long it takes.
Yeah.
For a body to I'm thinking he's a former cop, whether he was there a year, 2 years, you know how long it takes.
Yeah, he did work homicide too, I believe. Yep. I'd have to look at that, but I believe that is what he was on the, yeah.
You know, after a certain, when you can't establish, see, and I don't know how they said, well, homicide, because she was found in a bag or around a bag, but you cannot discover the manner of death.
No, they never did.
Nope, they couldn't. They couldn't. Now,
and usually without a cause of death, they can't pin it on anybody.
They can't pin it on anybody, but I like the.
That doesn't mean she was innocent.
What is the coroner's name? I can't remember her name, but she has her own.
The HBO lady?
Yes, the coroner that
Doctor, it's a female.
She's a female.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What's her name?
I can't think of it right now. All I can think of is that Sorrell guy, Sorrell Rex.
Big brown hair. I see her, but I cannot remember her name. She declared it as, you know, when she said that, you know, when she was saying that they're sad to announce that the remains that were found.
It was homicide.
Yes, and she said, well, of course you're going to say homicide because it wasn't a natural death.
It wasn't a natural death. Exactly. That's why she went with that.
So when people say homicide, it's not a natural death.
Yeah, she didn't die of natural causes.
The little girl didn't put herself in the bag and none of
that.
But
I still, if it was an accident, the way they're basically saying, again, it was, then why on earth did they hide it? Why put the family under so much stress and try to lie and hide it?
My personal opinion.
Why would you do that?
George was trying to molest this little girl. She tried to scream and he smothered her. And then he put her in the water.
That I could believe. Because that's what Clint would do to me. He would like push my head in, you know, where I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream.
Yep. That's what I think happened. And if you listen to when he was speaking at her funeral about how he won't be able to smell her sweet breath.
Yeah, the funeral was eerie.
Oh my God. I was like,
Dr. G, medical examiner. Yep.
Thank you.
That's her.
Dr. G. When he said that, and when I looked at Casey's reaction to when it was showing her what he said, and she was like, "You're telling the world you are a pedophile." What really got me?
I mean, I could think that, you know, because my mom was trying to hide it from, you know what I mean?
See, and this is okay. I'm looking at what Terry says right here. What got her was she continued to party. She's saying that she was doing and she told her friend Amy the same thing. She was doing what she was told to do. Her father is telling her, everything's going to be okay. Kaylee's okay. You guys are going to be.
Yeah, but she knew she was dead if she didn't go back to do CPR or anything. There's no way she could believe. See, I did not believe her because that is not believable to me.
When she said that this is.
That she thought she'd be okay, that she really, like when she was talking to her mom in jail, she really believed that there could be hope for her. No, you didn't try CPR, you didn't call 911, and you felt her dead body in your arms. How could you think that?
Did she say all she said was he put her in her arms and she was wet. I don't know if she blacked out or she didn't know what to do. Because
now she says she doesn't know how she was wet, that she couldn't have been in the pool though.
Yep, see, she said that.
So
maybe because she didn't smell. Now, maybe she didn't smell the chloroform. I mean, not chloroform.
Chloroform could have come from the pool chlorine.
Yep. Maybe she didn't smell the chlorine. But the
But
chloroform could have
the
came from
car smelling like death, that just means that they used the car to transport her from one area to the next. Or when the case first happened, I really thought that Casey had drugged her to go out with her friends. I thought it was Xanax because of the Zanny the nanny.
Zanetta. Yeah, her name is Zanetta. Yes, that's my cousin. I never forget that name. That's my cousin's name, is Zanetta. Yeah.
I felt like that was really, and like Casey said, she lies just like I do. She uses a little bit of truth so that she can go back and remember it when she has to tell it again.
Yep. And she said that when her mother said
I
that
used to do the same thing to protect myself.
And that's what, so, and when the mother said that Casey is just like you, and she said that's the first true thing that her mother ever said, because she's just like her father. She tells, said it. And she said, no one ever asked her why she lied. She lied because maybe in the back of her head, when she said that
she's been a habitual liar her whole life.
And she said that. She said it. She said, because even when she was pregnant, she says that her mother, the nurse, and I like the way she said it. My mother was the nurse, was telling people what was that her mother was telling her that she
was
had?
having bloating from her period. It was her, and she was gaining weight from hormones.
Yep. So, and everybody can see she was.
And her brother and everybody was asking her at that wedding, well, Casey looks pregnant. No. She just gained a little weight and she's 9 months pregnant.
Yep.
And if you're a nurse and you don't notice your teenage daughter, and who's the daddy?
Well, let's see. First, the daddy was the guy that
Jesse Grund
was supposed to be dating. Then she said she went to a party, had a couple of drinks, and here's another thing where her contradiction got to me. That is
she said she doesn't drink.
She said, yeah. And then she said that she knows what happened. She said that she doesn't know whether she consented or not, but she feel like she had forced sex. Now, come on now. If you consented, it wouldn't be forcible sex. But she said she felt that she had forced sex. But why would you ask yourself, did you consent? Because if you consented, it wouldn't be forcible sex. Now, would it?
It sure would.
That's what she said. All in that one part.
And I don't think I saw that. I saw the part 1, 2, 3, and I was awake for those. I think on the
part
4, I was getting kind of sleepy, and I was totally seeing her groom, what I call grooming, that old man. I believe the investigator was maybe perhaps estranged from his family and his wife had just died, and she moved right in on that.
No, Pat said he talked to his family. She needed somewhere to go.
Yeah, but did you see how she's like fake nice?
I didn't think she was being fake.
I don't think she has a kind bone in her body and a genuineness. I think she does it to manipulate people.
But she's been with him for 10 years and she doesn't even live there anymore.
Well, yeah, because he paid her enough money that now she can afford her own place.
I got the feeling.
And Jose Baez is the one that gave her some money because he had to. He had to give her a cut from the book he wrote.
She said her defense team gave her a little money.
Yeah, Jose Baez.
He didn't say Jose Baez.
He had to because he wrote the book. He had to, shimmy down a little cash her way.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, oh my God. So you really think that Pat McCann?
I think she pulled the wool over his eyes.
But she's been with him all this time, and even
she is a very good manipulator.
And you think she's still manipulating?
Yeah, 100%. It's survival, girl. It's survival. Okay. She had to. It was her survival. What else? She couldn't leave the country.
Okay, so what about Robin Adams, the girl she met? Well, when they were in solitary confinement together.
Right. I would like to have seen her letters. I didn't. I think I passed out.
Oh, okay. Well, the letters are online too, but then you have to go, you have to download them. And then if you get too many, but they were showing them on the screen. And Robin, in the letters to Robin, she said that she knows what it's like because Robin was indicted on conspiracy to drug traffic marijuana, and she called her Cookie. They got to know each other in letters, and she started feeling comfortable enough that she can talk to her. I guess Robin must have sent her something, and she said she understands how it feels. She understands how it feels to be physically, sexually, and mentally abused. So they would write pages and pages together.
Didn't she even use the word torture?
Torture, yes. And then
I'm telling you, what she suffered was not torture. What I suffered was torture. Like, to me, that tells me that she is a grandioso. Do you know what I mean? Like, if she breaks a nail, she sprained her whole finger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know some people like that. Now, Margene, there is no way for them to tell if there was water in her lungs.
Because her lungs had probably already disintegrated.
Yeah, there was no way for them to tell about water in her lungs. They could not do, the only thing they knew, it was Kaylee Anthony. She was found in a plastic bag that had duct tape, that her skull was kicked. Think about it, her skull. It took them, now she'd been missing 31 days. It took them almost, 5 months in November, they were still searching the waterways, the lakes, and still searching. It was like maybe 6 or 7 months later, not 6 or 7, but maybe the 6th or 7th month is when they found her. There is nothing there that you can, and it's hot in Florida. It's humid in Florida. So how will you tell if there
probably no soft tissue left? Do you know what I mean? It was probably just skeletal.
Yeah. Oh, Gwen says some mothers ain't shit.
You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Sorry, Susu. I'm sorry, Susu. Good night, baby. But but when she said that Mother's Day is never easy for her, she said that she cries all day long. Now, when she said that, I'm looking at her.
That could be.
And I said that could be because she showed real emotion, whether she has emotions for what she's done, but she keeps saying she doesn't know what happened to her. She wants to know what happened to Kaylee. And then she said that the only thing she had left when she pulled the necklace out, she had, I was thinking she had ashes.
Me too.
And then she said, I wear this all the time. And then you see part 2, she's got another necklace around her neck.
Sorry. She is a bad liar, but that's what I mean. She's so used to grooming people.
Did anybody else notice that? Did you?
I did not, but that's a good catch, though.
It was this little pendant, and it's a little heart, and I'm thinking she had ashes in it. The next time you see her, she's got like a star, almost like a Star of David, but I know it's not the same damn necklace. But you just said in part 1,
you just contradicted yourself,
and you wear it all the time.
Well, maybe she's one of those people, like I said, that all the time to her is once a week. Like you sprained your finger, you broke your wrist. You feel me? Like, she's an exaggerator. She's what I call a big fish story teller. Do you know what I mean? Like, you always, the people that say they got the biggest fish ever, but they let it go.
Okay, so Margene is asking, why didn't she have water in her lungs? Why did he make it look like a drowning? He found her first, is what Casey said. Yes. Now, what? Okay, here's my thing. When I said, I'm thinking in my head, if he molested Casey, he was probably trying to do the same thing to Kaylee.
But 2 years old is really, really, really young for even pedophiles.
Yeah, but even, girl, look at this man that was convicted in Houston for having sex with a 3-month-old baby and killed her.
I know, perforated her intestine.
Yes. And I'm like, so maybe when he said the sweet, I just,
I was 4 and I could barely handle it. I can't imagine.
Yep. But maybe she was fighting and he actually smothered her, and he he probably had already killed her. So if you're dead, and if he put her in the pool to get her wet, because Casey said there was no
Well,
need
so
to go
then
into the
Casey
pool.
wouldn't spill all the beans. Maybe
Yes.
maybe he was trying to fool her.
Maybe he was trying to scare her that you went to sleep, you weren't watching her, and she
And look
got
what
out
happened.
and
Yeah.
she drowned. You see
But
what I'm
then
saying?
I would think that, but it didn't make sense with the 911 call and my daughter's been missing for 31 days. I mean, all of that was so weird. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's what I was trying to figure. Why put her in the water? I think he was trying to convince, like she said, he kept screaming at her. This is
It could have
all
been to
your
hide
fault.
DNA.
This is
You know,
all
if
your
he
fault.
gave her a cumsicle, you know.
Oh God. And then, oh God, and then
A
when
pearl necklace? What do you want to call it? You know what I mean? And then he had to put her in to wipe it off.
Yep. And I'm sitting there going,
And that's
something.
the fastest way, because maybe he heard Casey coming too, and he was like, "Oh shit," panicking. I don't know.
Yep. See,
You'd think he'd do a better job. I mean,
because she said
he sucked at a police
was wet.
anyway, so maybe he sucks all the way around.
Oh my God. I think he actually, let me see. Casey also stated that in the series, her father, when he would come for her, she did try to fight and that he would knock her out by putting up. See, that's what I'm saying. 1 minute she says that she always faked like she was sleeping. Next minute, she's asking him, not tonight, I just want to go to sleep. And then she said if she put up any kind of fight, he would put the pillow over her face and smother her. And she would wake up and it was over with. You remember that part?
Yep.
I think George was abusing her. I really do. And I think he smothered her by accident.
I think he was getting her ready if he wasn't already. If he did molest, but see, I can't believe Casey, because their story, like, so it was that bad that your dad did it and then your brother just took his place and you just allowed it. By then you didn't put your foot down and be like, nah, bitch, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, and then she said that the reason why it was easier for her to tell her ex about her brother is because she had already forgiven him. What?
Why you forgive him faster than you do your pops?
Why, Atwin? That's what I'm saying. Your brother, you were 12. You were 12.
That's old. I was 12.
Old enough to say no. Go tell
I knew
your
I
mother.
had to say something or this was going to keep, he was my foster parent. And I was like, if I don't say something, because at 11, I knew because of the first time around with my mom's, whatever, I knew that it was wrong. Even, but he like convinced me not to say anything because he was a prison guard.
Yeah.
And he'd be killed and all that stuff.
Yeah, I do.
So maybe George did the same thing. Well, I'm a police officer. If you tell on Daddy, I'll be killed.
Yep. And
you know what I mean?
But I'm going to tell you, she did get some of those ashes because with that necklace, I recognized the necklace she had because my sister, when she did her mom's ashes, she and her granddaughter and her niece have that type with the ashes, and the boys have it's some kind of charm thing with the ashes in it. So when I saw it, I knew what it was. So she had to get some type of ashes. They had to give her something for her to have that.
Well, yeah, because she is owed the child's remains. Once it's proven that she, they lost in court, once that happens, she is now due her remains and her personal effects and belongings.
But they wouldn't let her come get anything.
Was that before or after her getting cut? I don't know what happened when she got out of jail, though.
After she got out.
They took her in that black SUV, and it was sayonara, baby.
She never saw them, and she never went there again at all.
I thought she went out to Ohio or something, but she did for a while, because remember, they took the pictures of her in that hat.
Yep, she went out there for a while, and then,
she's such an ordinary girl, too, that she would not be noticed if she didn't.
Did you see her walking through the grocery store and stuff?
She has a really distinct walk, though.
Nobody noticed her.
No, but she does have a weird walk.
Yeah. No, but to me, I believe some of the stuff she was saying. I have a hard
like you said, some of it's truth.
Yeah.
To hide you know what I'm saying? Like 2% true, 98% lie.
Now, what did you think about the ex-boyfriend that said that he would never, he would tell, how did he put it? When they asked, why do you think George was testifying against his daughter? He was the key witness for the prosecution.
What, George?
Yes, her dad.
Well, I remember both the parents up there talking smack, but
George was the one. He went up. They opened with him.
They were still trying to kind of cover for her in the trial.
No.
It's been a while. Sorry.
When I have Jose Baez, I have the video with Jose Baez questioning George.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Was he squirming?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. Hold on.
Yeah, you should. I'll mute me so you don't hear me.
Hold on. Let me find out. Where is the Jose? Oh, damn it. I thought I had it keyed up and ready to go with Jose Baez when he came after him. Jose
I'm
Baez.
muting off and on because my dogs bark. So
okay. Let me see. I gotta find it again. I thought I had it keyed up. Jose Baez. Hold on. I wanted Jose Baez. I had it keyed up, and I think Jose Baez questioning. Wait a minute. Questioning George. He ate him up on that stand. George Anthony. He ate him up on that stand. He brought everything he said. Let me give you part one. The first cross-examination of George. He's sweating on the stand. Hold on.
Mr. Anthony, when did you first find out your daughter was pregnant?
I believe it was sometime in May or June 2005.
So she was 7 months pregnant when you first found out?
6, 7 months. It could have been right around that time, yes.
Do you recall going to a wedding that was Cindy's brother's wedding?
I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but I did not attend the wedding.
Were you ever confronted by Rick, her brother, about Casey's pregnancy?
We had a brief discussion about it, but I've told Rick it was none of his concern, none of his business. Whatever was going on with Casey would be handled through Cindy and I. We were there for Casey. You don't have to worry about it.
So is it your testimony today that you knew she was pregnant and you just didn't want him to know, or you didn't know she was pregnant at the
time? I didn't have an exact knowledge of the time that she was.
He's a liar.
Found out.
Yep, he doesn't know the truth if it hit him.
He's a liar. I would play it, but it's actually on another.
I did see
it's not a news
physically
thing.
In Casey, but nothing that.
Don't play enough that you get a strike.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm not going to show it. I can play the audio.
So the photograph.
And we're doing a commentary, so it's not. It is protected under fair rights usage.
She's sitting there she's staring daggers through her father. She is staring at him. It's just like if she had knives coming out of her eyes, she would be shooting it straight at him. Seriously, she is that mad. He's not even looking at his daughter. He's avoiding looking at her at all costs.
It's not an evidence. You may.
Is that a fair and accurate representation of Casey when he went to the wedding?
Jose just made
Absolutely.
it. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I did not attend the wedding. I was there.
Jose came across as smarmy to me, though.
Like Casey and Cindy together, yes.
Judge, unless there's any objection, I'd like to move Defense Exhibit A into evidence.
Okay.
Stay.
Call him back for that.
Sidebar.
Okay, so they're going to do a sidebar on this one, but he came this.
Not exactly. I mean,
Hold on.
I had a feeling that she was, but then again, like I've stated, until we knew for sure, until we could
But
take
they
her in
knew
for
she
some
was
kind of
pregnant,
test or something
and
like
he's
that.
still lying.
So the answer is no.
Yeah,
Yep.
the answer is no. I mean, do I feel, does it look like it at that point, that photograph? Yeah, possibly.
I didn't ask you that. I just asked you, did you know
We both laughed.
daughter
I
was
didn't ask you that.
the day that photograph?
Go there.
No, not exactly. No.
And
Not exactly.
you were a
See,
father,
that's when someone's avoiding the truth.
Yeah,
you were a
We call
father
that
of two.
avoidance.
yeah. He's like, you're a father of two.
And
Definitely
Your
tap
idea that your
dancing to the
daughter-
avoidance tune.
had a beer belly.
I think the term was considered at one point maybe with retaining water or something like that.
An 18-year-old girl's got a beer belly and retaining water.
Yep.
What? She's not pregnant.
She's not
No,
pregnant.
Bob.
Her mother, they knew she was pregnant because
Did
Casey
anyone
said
know
they knew,
that Casey
and
was
they
pregnant?
lied all the way through. They wanted
Anyone
no
else?
one to
Because
know. she was
Cindy wanted the perfect family.
Yep,
The white picket fence, the two kids, the girl and the boy.
yep.
No, not at that time. I didn't.
Yep. I would 100% say that's totally Cindy
When you were
Lulu.
confronted with her pregnancy, you didn't want
See,
to talk about it, did you?
Nope.
First time I heard about Casey expecting a child is when Cindy
When it popped out.
back to our house.
mm-hmm.
We sat down on the couch together, or very close.
See,
to
now
the
that's a
proximity of
lie.
our couch.
In Casey's interview, she said that Cindy knew she was pregnant, but she didn't want her to say anything to anyone.
Not until she had it figured out what they were going to do.
What they were going to do. And Casey says that she knew she got pregnant that night, but she lied to the guy she was seeing, told him it was his. Then the guy did a DNA test, wasn't his. Then she said it was an old childhood friend. And that's the story that Cindy was sticking with. And then she said, because by the time Kelly was born, he had already started a new family.
But the old childhood family friend was already dead. How
Yep.
coincidence.
So isn't that, the whole family is nothing but lies and contradictions. So who
And that's what they do.
I believe.
How much
that-
you want to bet that she cheated her way through school, Cindy?
Oh my God. You think?
Because if she didn't, she's a hell of a bad nurse. If she, I mean, come on now. You can't see. I mean, they touch your belly. They can feel it if it's hard or soft. They know the difference between water weight and baby weight. If they don't, her RN license needs to be taken.
And she, as she said, her mother, the nurse, was lying to everyone. Cindy knew she was pregnant.
I think so.
You can see the change in her when she's anywhere from 2 to 3 months pregnant. You can see it.
Her whole face got fat.
You
It
can
wasn't just her belly.
Yep, George knew, and she was always a really thin, petite girl.
Yep, and her feet were swollen too.
And she said even her co-workers, good night, Mark, was asking if she was
Good night, Mark.
lying to them. So when she said all of this, and now, did you see the part where they were talking to one of the
Good night, Tina.
ex-roommate? Good night, Tina, the ex-roommate and the ex-boyfriend, when they were saying how George was trying to get his daughter to be, because they went for the death penalty. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah, who does that and still gives them evidence and shit to work on against your kid when you know they're trying to kill her?
George did not want Casey. He portrayed her as a liar, or a habitual liar, which she's already admitted to. You can't believe anything she says. He was laying the groundwork to me when she tells people that he had molested her. I think Cindy knew he was molesting that little girl.
Of course she knew.
She knew.
My mom knew, but she acted like she didn't.
Yep, she knew.
How come she always stayed back when it was, Saturday morning cartoons?
Yep. And then she said that when she finally got the nerve to tell her mother about her brother, she called her a whore. Why would your mother call you a
That's
whore.
what my mama called me when
What
she found out about her whatever.
What?
She said I was a sexual deviant. I was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she married him when I was 14. That's after he did his prison time.
Oh my God. I never thought about that, Terry. She said if that's true, he could have molested the brother too.
Yes, if the brother was already going in on her, I mean, he's younger than her. That makes him
No,
like
Lee
10
is
years
the old.
old.
No, isn't Lee the older one and she's the youngest?
I think Lee's younger than her, but I could be wrong.
They had Lee, then they had her because Lee always looks taller in the pictures.
Yeah,
That doesn't
he
mean
might be.
anything,
I
though.
could be totally wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, because she said when she was 12, her brother started molesting her. So that tells me that Lee is older than she is.
See, I
And
thought
Lee
he was
should know
younger, and
better.
that's why I thought that was bizarre. Because
Okay.
he barely hit puberty, and yet he finds his sister, of all people.
But
Like my sister and my stepbrother got, hanky panky, but we weren't blood related.
now I was going through her stuff. Which parts of that
I
interview?
think he learned it from his dad. You know what I mean?
There are
Boys
three
do
parts
learn that stuff from their dads.
What do you believe is true from listening to the interview that she did? Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. She said she knew she was pregnant that day or after the party. And Snuggle made a good thing. How do you know you get pregnant on the spot? And she chose to keep the baby. I think Casey is lying. I don't believe that she was at a party. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Say it isn't so. You think she lied? Say it isn't so.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Unless she didn't say she was, I've never heard them say they were overly religious, nothing like that.
No.
If you are at a party, you never called the police, you never filed the report, because you know what happened to girls that go to parties and and no one would believe
Date
you.
rape. Exactly.
But if you went and you filed it and you found out that you were pregnant, how many women are?
Why wouldn't she have taken the morning after pill?
Yep. Well, I don't know if they had them back then.
Yeah, they
how
did.
Many women are inclined to
they weren't as easy to get as they are now, but you could most definitely get them. At least in Washington, you could.
Okay, so I'm serious.
Each state differs.
How many women, after being R'd, find out that they're having a baby, and they decide not only to have the baby but to keep the baby? Some of them will have the baby and give the child up for adoption.
Right. Speaking of that, have you seen that guy sorry, this is way off topics, but I'm hoping some of y'all know about this, maybe you can help me. Have you guys heard of that guy claiming that Prince Charles or King Charles is his dad?
And
yeah.
Carmilla, yes.
That almost kind of rings true to me.
It rings true to me as well, and I don't know why, but I do believe it. And
I just believe there's a chance,
you know why I believe it? Because of what Queen Elizabeth did to her own cousins when they
oh gosh.
Yes.
The Lion sisters.
Yes, when she put them all in that, in that
crazy Looney Tune house.
Yes.
Because she didn't want to be embarrassed or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
But it was not even the best of the best care places either. It was like the dungeon.
Nope. And Margaret didn't even know about it. And she found out.
She was mad when she found out. She was like, how could you do that? And the mom, and it was the mom that put him, Elizabeth's mom is the one that put him away.
But she knew about it. So
and she hid it from her sister.
Yep. So if you do that, same way they were doing when Charles was having, when him and Carmela was still seeing each other. Yeah.
Boinking.
Yes. Same thing with Diana having her little affairs because of Charles. And, the only reason it got out is because she wanted Diana wanted it to get out. She didn't care anymore.
Exactly. She was there to destroy.
Yeah,
she was burning
she
was more than burning the bridges.
Yep. Same thing with Prince Andrew and his connections to
Epstein and stuff. But see, look at King Charles's connections to that other guy too. I think they all are in on that shit.
Yep. So they do, and you know, she.
Who is that guy that I'm thinking of? That Prince Charles. He's got blonde hair, balding in the middle. He always wears sunglasses.
Is he the designer that he was always hanging out with?
Nah, he's from the 70s. Maybe someone knows.
He's not the designer, is he?
I don't know. He could be. He dresses all weird and sunglasses, Elton Johnish. You know what I'm saying? But he's not.
Andy Warhol? No, not Andy.
No, if you said it, I'd recognize it.
I'm trying to remember, but I know he was hanging out with that designer for a while, and he was doing the same thing.
But they found children with this guy, and he had many schools, and he had molested many. Charles was best friends with him in the 70s.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember. I know, and I can see it. Just when you said bald head, glasses, and the schools, it's going to come to me. But they cover everything up. So I do believe it's true, because when she left her husband, Charles was still with Diana. There was no sound of not Epstein, Snuggle. Not Epstein. It's another one, and he was saying that he was
Jimmy Savile.
Thank you. She's got it. Thank you. But
that weirdo.
And if you remember, Camilla Parker Bowles, daughter, said that she had a half brother. You remember that? She was saying that way back when. And that was pulled out of the magazines or out of the newspapers out there. And that's when, at the time, the royal family can pull stories out of the press. They yank everything and shut everything down. When she got upset with her mother, she was putting all that stuff out there. And now this man comes forward and says that he is the child of Camilla Parker Bowles and now King Charles. I can't even say
they can do DNA. It's no problem, man.
Yeah. But
they haven't.
All in all, with watching that interview, with watching Casey, I do see that she has a lot of regret. I'm not going to, I guess you can say some type of remorse, but I saw more of sorrow in a sense of what she has lost.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see more like sorry she got caught and lost, lost her boyfriend. I think that was more extreme to her than losing her child at the time. It seemed like it. Because she wanted his phone number right away, remember? And she was getting mad at her brother for not giving it to her. And it was like, yo, you're in jail for murdering your child, sweetheart. And you're worried about some boyfriend talking to you?
Yeah.
Holy tamale.
The first interview that she had with her mother and father, she was laughing and talking about. You remember when she told her dad, when she said that she had been visiting with the doctors and he looked at her funny and she says, I didn't say anything.
Yes, they were talking in code. Do you remember that?
Yep. I remember that clearly when she says, I didn't tell him anything. And she keeps looking behind because it's like a sheet behind her. And she keeps looking. She flat out said, I didn't tell him anything.
Yep. It was like a curtain type wall.
Yep. So that's why I keep saying George is complicit. I do believe.
I think he is complicit, but I don't know if he did. That's my thing. I
think he did it. And he tried to make Casey think it was her fault. That detective, that cop, John Allen, he said there was no evidence that she was ever molested. You're a damn lie. The psychiatrist told you you're not going to find evidence when a 25-year-old woman, when it happened between the ages of 8 and 12.
Well, and think about it.
They had already set their mind up, and then George is giving them the ammunition to bury his daughter. But
Bury the hatchet. Absolutely. 100%.
Believe that he's there. They're doing everything. People upset because she wasn't looking for her daughter. Why in the hell is she looking for her daughter?
She knew she was dead.
Thank you. And her dad is sitting there, and he's telling her, "You guys are going to be remembered."
Oh, I know what I was going to say. That was a little coinky dinky. How, like, we both kind of agree that body was not there from jump, right?
No,
we both agree on that.
Nope,
okay, so Texas EquiSearch, whatever, and then they found it in February or late December. Okay, so that was after the rainstorms and everything. Yep. So who put the body there? Casey was in prison jail the whole time.
George. Well, no, she was released. You remember she got out.
She got out, but she was under house arrest though. That
house arrest. Who
put the bounty hunter guy was there? Leroy or Leonard, whatever.
George
Leonard was there the whole time. He had $1 million bond on her. He never let her out of his sight.
Yeah, 500. Well,
and then she got. I don't know what happened, but something happened, and they revoked her bond, and they put her right back in.
Well, she had a $500,000 bond, is what.
That's when they charged her with the check fraud.
No. That's when they charged her with child endangerment, child neglect, and abandonment. That's what she was initially charged with.
Okay.
That's what she was initially charged with. And when the judge heard a lot of the evidence, that's when he hit it with the.
I think that judge thought she was guilty. I'd like to interview his ass.
Who, George?
No, Judge Belleville or whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah, Judge Belleville. Okay. What about the fact when he had that accident, he's got the thing up on his neck and everything? He wanted to talk to his family, so they could give him, for what he did.
Sympathy gainer. Hold on, I got a cough. Sorry.
Ooh.
I was just making you laugh with that one.
Okay, so when she was initially charged,
trying to be extra like Casey, You're
so silly. When she was initially charged, it was $500,000, and then when they picked her, she was set free. Not set free. Well, she was
set free
out August 21st. And
is that when she walked out of their corrections?
Yes, that was on the $500,000 bail. Okay.
When did she get that million?
I'm trying to get the time frame. And then what was it? A week or so later, they rearrested her for writing. I think it was 4 or 5 checks, but the total was like $650, $670. That's how much. And they arrested her on that. And then the parents, they posted
anything over 500 is a felony. That's why they waited for those checks to keep coming in.
Okay. And then the parents, in September, they got her out again. They posted a $500,000 bond. So that's where that $1 million comes in. Okay. So there was 2 bonds. And then that's when she was fitted with that electronic tracker, and she was under house arrest. That's how that time frame went.
How long did wasn't it only like a week or maybe 2 when she was under house arrest? They whipped her chain right back in.
Okay, so
how did that happen again? I'm confused.
First time she was arrested. Hold on, let me go. I'm gonna make sure these dates are right because I don't want you to think I'm crazy. Hold on. I'm looking for timeline. Hold on. Okay, timeline. Here we go. August 21st. They posted the bail bondsman. His name is Leonard Padilla. Pays Casey Anthony's $500 bail. That's when she was charged with child neglect, abandonment, and the judge had heard about the evidence and everything else that was mounting against her. So that's why he set the bail so high. August 29th, Casey Anthony is arrested again on charges of writing 4 checks worth nearly $650. And this was on Amy Huzinger's, that's her friend.
Her friend, yeah.
Account without permission.
Well, and how much did she steal from her grandma that was like in the nursing home?
I don't know.
Cindy paid her back because she was going to press charges. Remember?
Yep, I don't remember. But
You were
Cindy was the
pissed.
one that called the cops.
Cindy paid her back.
Yep, but Cindy's the one that called the cops and wanted her arrested for writing checks. And then this whole thing about Kaylee happened. The first call she made was about checks.
She wanted custody of Kaylee, I think. So she was trying to make Casey look bad, building cases against her so then she could retire and take her granddaughter.
Yep. And then on September 5th, the parents posted another $500,000 bond, and she was released from county jail, and that's for the checks, and she was fitted with an electronic tracking device. That's September 5th. Now, when did, let me see, on the 15th and the 16th, Casey turns herself in on a new check fraud charges, fraudulent use of identification, petty theft, and she was released the next day on $1,250 bond, again, fitted with an electronic tracking device. So when she goes in and take it off, and so this girl was going back and forth to jail. Damn.
Frequent flyer miles.
And December 11th is when the skeletal remains were found. So 6 months later is when they found her. That's when they found her. So there was nothing there to go and look at. Oh my God, I turned my camera off when Kayla walked by. Okay, so I'm telling you, I believe some of her story. I do believe, and I'm going to say it and nobody's going to believe me. I believe that she doesn't know what happened to Kaylee. I do believe she doesn't know what caused her death or how her daughter died. I do believe that. Those emotions she showed on that was raw as hell. I believe that.
Okay, you nice.
I don't.
I'm of mind. If you lie to me once, everything you say is thrown out.
Those were really raw. I don't think she knows what
the truth is, which way is up, which way is down.
Yep.
I could almost agree with you. I could think you may be right with that because I mean, her whole life, her parents have lied to each other.
I think
about each other.
Her when he was blaming it on her, and then he's making it seem like he's her hero.
He had a gambling problem.
Yep. Okay, here it is. Okay, this is all your fault. You're screaming. He's screaming at her. Then he gets really then he takes Kaylee out of her arms, walks through the screen door,
Don't worry, it'll be all right.
Yep, and then she never sees him again. But then
Gabby will take care of it, and I'll call the police on you and tell him you're a murderer. Try to get him to kill you.
Yep, and then he calls her when he gets to work that day and tells her that everything's okay. He took care of it.
What a douche. I took care of the baby.
So, and then, then she's calling him all the time when her mom's at work, and he's telling her
there's something really wrong with that family. I wouldn't even be surprised, honest to God, if little Kaylee wasn't her brother's or her dad's.
Well, she came right out in an interview and
said, she definitely denied that fast.
She is not my dad's daughter. That's what she said.
Well, that's because she, that's a very humiliating. I couldn't imagine that steps it up even beyond.
I think the family is dysfunctional, and I do believe she suffered trauma. The tests that were given, not by one psychologist, but two, came with the same things. You're not going to fool that test. Trust me. I have to do that test.
I've done them.
You can't.
Well, I mean, you can think you are, but just the fact that you're trying to, it'll pick up on that.
It'll pick up on that as well. Two psychologists, both said that she was abused. Said that
she did those long M1.
Yep, they did.
And they found no significant mental illness, huh?
None. No schizophrenic.
I think they said that she had PTSD though, right?
Nothing, huh?
Did she have PTSD though?
Yes, PTSD. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say I have. Solid. No other.
Yep. So that's what they, and you remember when he did that interview and they showed part of it when he had a screaming match. And that's what I said. That's what I say about these reporters. I understand that you're passionate, but you're talking to a professional who does.
It's like the veneer slips.
Yeah,
you know what I
he's
mean?
telling you, she has no personality disorder. When you have this other woman up there talking about, oh no, she's a psychopath. Really?
So are you.
With her? Did you diagnose her? No, you didn't.
Well, I was listening to her and she kind of sounded a bit schizophrenic.
And she could be. Look,
you know, like
going through
like a tendency with psychopathic tendencies then?
But they said no, she had no signs of that was something that they ruled out. No.
Yeah, that's amazing to me, but I trust their tests because they're pretty. I've studied. I mean, psychology is a new science, though.
Yeah,
but I've had 2 years of it, and it's in college. It's pretty fascinating, and I've used it, you know, out here in the real world, and it does work.
And she's that damn smart where she can fool not one but 2 psychiatrists, and then.
If they were psychologists, they're not doctors. If they're psychiatrists, then I'd have more respect for the. You know what I mean? I need to know the degree of who took the test, who gave her it.
But the same with the prosecutors, with the doctors that they had her see. All the doctors agreed. Both defense.
Well, the prosecutor office is going to do that because they want to put her to death, and they can't if she's mentally incompetent.
They're going to say.
So they're going to say she's sane as fuck.
Say there's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah, so that she gets.
And they're only going to meet with her once or twice, and they've already assessed her. Well, these other doctors met with her 4 or 5 times.
The test itself takes a good day or 2 to fill out.
Time, and then so. But with that,
at least the one I took did.
It answered some of my questions. It did, especially when it came to George. I know he's a blatant fucking liar. And then when I saw him and Cindy on that interview, which I had forgot all about that, how he told her to shut up and she went off on him, and they're looking at. I mean, even the reporter was sitting there going like,
taking it back. Yeah.
And then that other investigator, the private investigator, he said when he first started talking to them, he said, there's something wrong with this family. So I was like, damn. He said,
you know what the police said to me about my family? They told me, go back to wherever you came from and never come back.
Yeah. And he said that when he was talking to George, he said George was doing everything, even to the private investigator, it
seemed awkward and weird.
Yep. And to put everything
to on incriminate Casey.
Yeah, he was, but they're in the media talking to the media, but Casey wouldn't do this, but then you're going talking to the cops and you're telling them, oh yeah, she did. Oh yeah, she's a habitual.
She's promiscuous. She didn't want to tell us about her baby daddy, but he's really alive. I mean, I could just imagine.
Yeah. So
because he's trying, if he did do wrong, he's trying to lead the ball anywhere but in his court.
Why in the hell would he try to commit suicide? Why? It's guilt.
He wanted to be with his Kaylee.
That's what he said. He wanted to be with his Kaylee. But I think it's guilt.
The photos didn't show that kind of relationship. They did with Cindy.
Yep.
But I didn't see that Papa kind of bond with it.
When Casey said that she would never, and that's what she said. It was her and her father in the house. She said she would never leave her daughter with her father. When she said that, I said, yeah, he did, because she would never leave her daughter alone with her father. And
you get vigilant on it, because you're paranoid, because
all guilty.
There's so many men that violate children now.
Don't say that.
It's 1 in 6 boys and 1 in 4 girls.
I don't know, what did it get out of doing this to kids? What did you get out of that?
It's like a sexual preference. It's like
that's why all these guys were serious. When you see a lot of guys,
that's why they can't be fixed. That's why they can't be. Do you know what I mean? You can't fix them because you can't change someone's sexual orientation.
Okay, do you remember when Jared, the guy from Subway?
Yeah.
Remember Jared?
He had a whole bunch of child porn.
Okay, so when I first started seeing Jared, he was really heavy. Started going to Subway. He was losing all this weight. Then I saw the woman he married. I was like, okay, if you were still that other size and didn't have the money you have, you wouldn't have her. But she knew that he was going over there to Thailand. She knew he was taking these trips. She knew he belonged to this club. She knew he was going over there to be with these young girls. Six. She knew. Why isn't she in jail as well?
Now, who was that? Sorry, I was reading Snuggle Bunny's comment
from Subway.
Oh, the wife knew?
She knew.
Holy cow.
She found.
What about the Duggar chick?
She found. Oh yeah, she knew
She
too.
knew.
She found it on his computer and stuff. He said that, and she found the club. He was good for a while, and then he started taking these trips, and that's when she started blackmailing him. Jared's wife started blackmailing him. Yes.
For new makeup, new furniture.
Started blackmailing him.
Wow. So she was going to get her cut, huh?
Yep. She started blackmailing
him. Wow. What? Wow.
Then I forgot.
That's disgusting to me as a woman that you could ever do that off a child's back.
Yep. But she started blackmailing him. But he was going to the Philippines. He was going to Thailand.
Crap.
Yep. He was going to, yep.
I won't say the real word. It's crap. Dang it.
She's just as guilty. Yes, she is. And that's what
you
I
are. Said. You absolutely, if you know it's going down,
and they had two kids
and you say nothing.
Had 2 kids at the time, and they were young kids. I'm like, how do you know he didn't molest?
See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even have Caitlin around him. I was so paranoid. I was like, I'll drive her, like not even pick her up from the dentist. Nothing. No, never alone.
Nope, never.
And I mean never.
I'm serious. I don't care who you are. I remember when my granddaughter, she was little, her godmother would always come to get her, who is my ex-fiance's daughter. And, and she had she had a daughter that was older than she was, and she would come get her. And I was like, nope, something. And I did. I actually let her go.
Uncomfortable.
Let her go. And I said, nope. I said, I don't like her husband. He looks shifty to me. And I wouldn't let her go spend the nights anymore.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's, I hate to say it, but that's the only way to protect your kids now. It's not the same. It is not the same. I don't know if you've ever studied any of the occult stuff and like Freemasons and Skull and Bones. Like, that's the type of shit that I've spent years on, and I could totally feed George into that kind of crap, into the Freemason Society, and that's why he didn't get charged. And it went down onto his daughter.
I need to know if he still has that headgear on. That's what I want to know, if he's still wearing that headgear. When did he have that accident? What, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to know, what does he need?
What headgear is he wearing?
When he had that bad car accident, they got that brace, whatever it is. I want to know, what does he want to apologize?
Do you think he was under the influence that night? I did.
Huh?
I thought George was under the influence.
Well, no, he was probably drunk, but he said he wanted, that he needed to talk. If Kelly would just, not Kelly, Casey would speak to him, he would really, and she wants to know, what the hell is he talking about? What he's done. I think he's ready. When this man gets ready to die, he's going to confess everything. Or he might.
You know what? I thought my mom would, honest to God, and she didn't.
She didn't?
Nope. Everybody thought she would apologize to me. Like, legit, everybody was there, like, wanting to see this because, they knew. Because I moved out when I was 9, never looked back. I was like, I can't be here. You're going to, I thought she was going to kill me. I really did. So it was like life or death.
I would have never imagined you went through all of that. I really, because you sound, and I'm sure you.
Well, I was lucky though. I had like a doctor that loved me when I was 4.
Okay.
The first time I was in children's. and she
Mhm.
tried to adopt me. And when my mom wouldn't leave it, like she wouldn't let me be adopted, and she made it that I couldn't be in any foster home for longer than 3 months at a time. So what they did is they put me in a group home where she couldn't do that to me and I'd have some stability.
Oh my God.
And then
But
finally I got a home when I was 11.
so are you still going through therapy or
Yes,
okay, so you're
yes.
still going through
I think
therapy.
it'll be the rest of my life. I've kind of come to terms with that, that this isn't going to be, it's never going to go away. And I was talking to my sister last night, and like the reason I wasn't going to come on the show tonight was we're losing our family home. My
Oh,
sister um, did what she did, and she forged our dad's signature on our parents paid it off, right?
yeah.
Then my dad it was open to any of us if we wanted to live there. My
Mhm.
stepdad, the one that, did what he did to us,
Yeah.
well, I wanted nothing from nobody. So I
Okay.
didn't take the house. I just kept walking. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and my mom left it equally to the four of us, the four girls. Well, my
Okay.
sister just took over. Well, none of us even knew it, but she didn't pay the taxes, property taxes, and she forged our stepdad's signature on the mortgage because my mom died, and he remarried, moved out, some other lady left the house to us. Monica refinanced it with her new husband by forging his signature on the loan. She didn't even own the house.
But
So he sued her, right? He was in the
yeah.
process of suing her, and he
Okay.
died.
I was about to say he can sue her or you don't have to lose that.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
I don't think he could have really sued because we could have nailed him to the wall for what he did to us as kids.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that
Financially,
that
you can
goes.
sue. And the
Yeah.
fact that he came back and married our mom 5 years later and then stayed in our lives. What a prick.
Yeah, he's a
I
prick.
think he picked
But you
my
know what?
mom because she did have four single little girls.
Yeah, you can't trust anybody. Not even just girls anymore. But you know what?
No,
Maybe
that's
it
what I
is a
said.
good
It's
thing.
like 1 in 6 little boys now.
But
When I
if
was
you
a kid,
think,
it was 1 in 10.
oh my God. But if you think about it, maybe it's a good thing that the home goes. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, that's what we
if
were
she had
saying because
holes,
it's
I'm
letting
surprised your
go of a lot
sister.
of darkness.
Yep, I'm surprised your sister even wanted. Was she abused as well?
Well, I don't know. See, we shared bunk beds,
Okay.
and I don't remember him ever.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, something happened. You hit something, you dropped, and I
Oh, I'm
brought you back
close
up.
to the
Okay.
kitchen. For some reason, I get close to my kitchen, the Wi-Fi goes out in my phone.
Okay. So you guys shared bunk beds, but you don't remember him ever going to her.
Right, because I was on the bottom. I would have known.
Okay.
He left
Gotcha.
the room, and then see, she hated me because I was taken away, given back, taken away, given back. Because my mom was abusive to me way before this guy ever came along.
Okay.
And my sister would get jealous when I got back every time because mom would make a big deal over me.
Okay. She was excited to see you for a while, and then that wore off, and then it
Yeah,
started all
so
over
she
again.
would set me up all the time to get in trouble, you know. So she probably said that he did it to her too, so she could be a victim too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But if she's not going through any type, well, some people don't think therapy would help, but you're going to therapy. Has your sister ever went to therapy?
She says that I think she's done some because sometimes I feel like she's healing, and sometimes I just feel like she's broken, like they won.
Okay, so is it broken because of the way your mother treated you guys, or is it
Because she did it too. You know what I mean? Like she acted like mom
okay?
to
Got
her
you,
children and her.
got you. So
She let the cycle continue.
she let the cycle continue. She was being abusive
Right,
physically and emotionally to her kids, just like your
right,
mother was physically and abusive to you. Okay, good.
right.
I'm sorry you went through that, Red. I really am. I really enjoy when you're in chat. I enjoy the comments and your take on a lot of things that are going on, especially crime. And I see now why true crime is a passion of yours.
Yeah.
It
My
makes sense to
my
me.
dad was a Hell's Angel and Clint was a bandito. My dad
Okay.
went to prison for murder.
What?
My dad got 99 years.
Is he still in prison?
No, thankfully he died.
Oh, you said thankfully.
I sound so bad when I say that. I never even met him because I was too scared. I felt like if my mom was so bad, what was this gonna, you know what I mean?
What was he like?
Never met him.
Who? Okay. He went to jail for murder.
Yeah, rape and attempted murder. I guess not 100% murder because the guy survived, but he got like the 99 years,
You
like
have
for
had a
murder, but the
life,
guy.
yet. You have
Yeah,
had.
my sister wants me to write a book. Everybody wants me to write a book.
Why don't you talk about your story? Yes, write a book.
I probably will because we're probably going to sue the state because there's no reason why they left my sisters behind.
You need
They
to.
took me and they didn't take them, my other 3 sisters.
Okay.
And you can see how detrimental that was to their lives.
Have you written any of this down in any type of journal? Any kind?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
got sent to Utah and I wrote it in a journal, like, because it was like therapy and you were supposed to write to your parent. I knew my mom was never going to show up because she would never admit what she did. Never
Okay.
in a million years.
So you are the kid from the Casey family program.
Yes.
Got you.
That's how I got in, was from Kathy, the doctor at Children's.
Got you. So with that, I gave them the information. I got the aunt's number. I got the dad's phone number. So I sent that off to them and everything else. And I gave them my work cell, my personal cell, my desk phone, everything in case they need to reach me, anything else I need to provide, or if they need to get more info. So yes, I've been doing that. So
If you can get in, they're excellent.
You are the kid from, oh my, and you are a success story.
Mm-hmm.
So they really, okay.
They saved me. Like, but I'm still gonna kind of blackmail them because they put me in a home with a woman that was crazier than fudge. Like other kids had already left and been removed because of her. She was so mean. Like, she wouldn't let us shower. She wouldn't wash our clothes. We were already foster kids being made fun of, right? Because all the kids know and now you're going in dirty clothes and you stink.
Oh, God.
I mean, she was so controlling, and I could
Did
only
they
be
know
out of the
this?
house like 20 hours a week. And I mean, she was so mean. She was like on par with my mom on emotional abuse.
So, Red, are you still in Washington?
Yeah.
You're not in Spokane, are you?
I was.
I'm looking
Not
at
any
your
longer.
background. I'm like, okay, where is she at? Okay.
I'm in the mountains there.
You're in the mountains. I see that. Okay. Well, I think, Red, where did she go this time? But anyway, when I get this young lady back over here, I am going to have her to speak with Red. Yep, she is here for a reason. Ooh, you could sue the state for abuse.
You want me back on? I can come back on.
Okay, Red, look, they're saying you could sue the state for abuse in foster care.
Yeah, they left me with this guy, the woman that they knew was emotionally abusive, and they knew he was molesting me, but they didn't take me out.
I forgot you live here in Washington because I'm in Washington. But here's what I'm going to do. When I get this young lady back over here, I'm going to text you on your number.
Okay.
And I would love for you to speak with her so she'll know what type of system it is, how they work, and you can tell her firsthand. Just don't tell her about being in a home.
I called Casey and I told them, hey, you better pay for my college or you're going to be sorry. And they own UPS. So they don't want no smoke.
Casey owns UPS?
Yep.
I love UPS. Love UPS. They deliver damn near every other day to me. But anyway.
Well, there you go. Small world. They paid for me growing up from 11 on. They were awesome.
So I will Once
Except for not checking their foster, and they're private foster care, so they were supposed to be good. I trusted this one. I asked to be moved, and they didn't move me. And then she died, so everything was kosher.
Okay, well, at least they did pay for you. So, I mean, if you don't mind, when she comes over, I'm going to text you,
Okay.
and that way you can speak with her to let her know exactly what kind of program it is, what they do. And I did tell her they try to keep families together. They try
Yeah,
to,
they should have, but they separated me and my siblings.
okay.
And it ruined us. We have, my nephew already died, and that's a direct cause of being raised by my mom. They let my mom take 5 of my sister's kids until I reported to DSHS. Do
What?
you realize that you're paying a convicted child abuser, who was my mother, and a convicted child rapist? You're paying them to watch these children.
Oh my
Who's going to protect
God.
them? And
Oh my,
after the first 5, my mom couldn't get any more. She would just get them and then let them run the
she would get
streets
them so the
and beat
state could
them. And
pay her. Yeah, she would
yeah,
get them
she'd
so
get
the state could pay her.
checks. Yeah, but she never took care of them. They
Oh
ran the
my
streets,
God.
ended up going into prison, dying. My other nephew, guess what? He's also raised by my mom. He's in prison for murder, killing 3 people already. He's 14.
14 and he's killed 3 people?
Yep.
That's my cousin Brian. He's in Kuwait. Brian, I wanted to talk to you too because Daddy Aries is in Kuwait and he has a thing. I'm gonna call you sometime this weekend, but your nephew is 14
Yeah.
and he's killed 3
I
people.
think he's 15 now. He's been in prison for a year now.
Was it an accident or did he pop
No,
up?
gang banging.
Oh my God. 3 people.
Yeah.
At 14, now he's on. Oh my God.
3 separate shootings too, not just,
And this is your sister's, the one that's losing the house. Is that her son?
No, it's my other sister, my little sister. It's
Okay.
her son.
You got, oh my God. I can't even imagine.
My sisters all got married at by the age of 13 or 14
13 or 14, they got married. How is
to
that
get
legal?
away.
But how is that
Yeah,
legal?
it's legal like in Alabama and stuff. You can be 13 with your parents' consent, and my mom signed. She got money. And then she doesn't have to pay for them anymore. She's not responsible for them anymore.
Oh
You
my
should see
God.
the picture of my sister at her wedding. She looks like a teeny tiny little kid. It's like, holy cow.
Girl, send me that damn picture. What the hell?
I have a picture. I'll find it. It's a note. It's like a journal notebook. And
Yes.
I had to put things that affected me through my life. And the picture is in there. It's in the laminated thing. So I have to find that and I'll send it to you. It's incredible. Both my sisters look like little kids in their wedding.
How old were these people, the individuals they married?
Like my other sister was like 12, and I think the guy was like 23.
What?
And then my other sister, I think she was 15 when she had her first kid, and he was 28. So she was 14 when they got married.
And he was 24.
Yeah. It was the Washington legal limit for Deanna. Monica went to Alabama and or Arkansas. I'm sorry, Arkansas.
And how old were you when you got married?
Never been married.
You've never been married. Okay.
And I have no children. See, it affected me in a different way.
It affected you in a different way. Okay.
Yeah, I was scared. Like, what happens if I'm like her?
Oh my God.
And I couldn't have kids because my mom burned my insides with a curling iron.
Oh my God.
So that wasn't going to happen for me.
Okay. Yeah. Your mom, if she wasn't, so your mom is deceased now, right?
Yep.
Because if she wasn't deceased, I think
People offered to kill her for me and meant it.
Yeah. That is something. Oh my God.
That wasn't even the worst of it.
Yeah, we don't. She actually burned you with the. What? For what reason?
Because I wanted her man.
So she was like Casey Anthony's mother when she called you. Oh,
She
she said
freaked out. She acted like I was like
she
you know
said
how
she
you
was
would your
testing you
man
to
cheating
live
on
there.
you? That's what she acted like. Like I was his girlfriend and he was cheating on her. She didn't
So
act like I was her little girl who
was being abused by her boyfriend
right,
husband,
right.
and
She
that's what
acted
she
like I
told
was a
you.
full grown ass woman
Okay,
who stole her man.
and that's when she told you that you were
And she
sexually
was like,
promiscuous.
"You like it so much." And so then
Oh
she
my,
started like shoving different objects, like a broomstick that had splinters all over it. I mean, it was so much torture. It was so much pain. And you never forget that stuff. Like I verbally quit talking for a year because I was so scared she was going to kill me if I said anything.
that program did you a world of good.
They really did. Kathy, actually. I have to give a lot of credit to Kathy and Ernie, my caseworker.
And Kathy was at the hospital. She was at Children's Hospital.
Yeah, when I was 4, and she was
Hmm.
a psychologist there, a doctor, and then she worked at Ryther, so she got me. She never like lost track of me. She always followed me, and whenever I would be back in the system, she would get me where she was. And then
So,
she married an epidemiologist from the University of Washington,
mhm.
and they protected me.
Oh my God. So when you were 9, that was the last time you lived with your mother.
Right.
And from then on, you were with the Casey family, and you were going, you were in foster, and then they finally put you in a group home situation.
Right. So I didn't have to be moved every few
Yeah.
months.
See,
And
I'm
then
saying
then Kathy looked up and found Casey, like I was telling you, and they don't have the custodial, so that's how they get around it. They
Mhm.
have they still have their parental rights, but not custodial rights. Casey does something that they file some kind of thing. I don't know what it was, but it got me to where I could live in long-term foster homes, but in a private system, not
Okay.
public.
Yeah.
If
Now
that
they did tell me that they have a satellite office here.
Yeah, I think they do. I know they do in Idaho, in the Panhandle, in McCall, Idaho. I know that for sure because I've been there.
Yeah, but she did tell me they have one here.
I was
And
told I think they're in all 50 states now.
okay, well, she wants, I guess, after they do what they have to, she wants to meet both of them. Well, they are going to want me to present them, but I don't know what that means. I mean, I know that means take them there, but then what happens? So I need.
They interview them.
Okay, see, I don't want them just me to bring them and then they just go, okay, well, they're going to state no.
No, 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 no,
Okay,
no. They
okay,
interview them. And
okay,
then you like all sit. I remember we all sat at this long table
okay.
and they interviewed me. And then like a month later, they told me, "Hey, we found you a family." They find the best that they can. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then they offer you like, you know, actually it's not offered, you're told you're moving.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
Okay.
And they pay them, but they do like extra, like to make sure that the parents don't do it for money. The parents have to be kind of well off before they get you. Do you know what I mean? Like
That's good because, and one thing that she does want, she wants to stay in this area. She has a brother, which she very seldom, well, they used to stay there, but now they don't because his wife doesn't want them there. Just found out this past weekend she has an aunt. Don't know why the aunt doesn't have them living with her, but it's none of my business. Her father, she spoke to him once in, what was it, 2 weeks, well, a week ago, and she hadn't spoken to him weeks before. She happened to call and he picked up. She has no idea where he is. She has no idea where her mother is. Her mother could be locked up. Her mother could be dead. She has no idea where her mother is.
right. So that's why they put the ad in the paper.
Let's hope they read a paper or don't read a paper. Look, I
They
don't
don't
read
have
it.
to. It's just a
Okay.
legal.
Yeah, it's just a legal thing. That's like my sister
Yeah.
used to do when she was
They're
going
just doing
through
it
that
for
divorce.
paperwork. You know, they're just
Yeah.
they're going through the hoops that you have to do.
Okay.
Like they
Well,
found out my brother John, his mom was dead and his dad was like signed over or something. But
mhm.
and then the parents that I got moved into adopted him. And so after they adopted him, they pay for him now, not
Yeah.
Casey.
How is John doing?
Um He really was a loser. He stole from our parents and stuff. I don't know. He's doing better now, and he's being a dad to his kids now that they're raised, and he's being a dad now because they're raised and she married a really rich guy, and he's always a taker. He like goes out with heavy women because he feels like heavy white women, and he's half black and he's really good looking, and he knows these women like can't get anybody as good. You know what I mean?
So basically, he's going out with heavy white women because it's wintertime and he needs to be able to keep warm. Is that it?
Yep. And the bills get paid and he don't have to worry about, you know what I mean?
I am being serious. I remember when I was little and
it's very typical.
My uncle joked one time and he said that he always gets a heavyset woman during the wintertime, but during the summertime, he has to get back. And
that's what Johnny did too. In the summertime, he'd have
but he would joke about it, because and then you really start paying attention. You see men that you would never think.
Well, he never had his driver's license, never paid his child support. Do you know what I mean? Like he was an all-out loser.
And so the woman was paying. Yeah,
slept on everybody's couches.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the women support him. He is not a household earner.
Yeah, okay.
He might be now in the last 5 to 10 years because
have you spoken to John lately? Have you spoken to him?
No, not since Dad died, because he did not help me with Dad dying, and that broke my heart. And
oh, damn. Well,
and everybody was talking about the dad raping me, and nobody told me to my face. They were all whispering about it behind my back.
So you still called him Dad?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? You compartmentalize it. You don't know what.
When you said Dad, first I was thinking about.
You don't know how. I know it's weird. It's weird. You know what I mean? Because you don't. They groom you, and then he quit right when I was 12, right? So the last 30 years, he never touched me. And it's like you compartmentalize it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you said he quit when you were 12, but I thought the last time you were at the house, you were 9.
No, my foster dad did it too.
Oh my God. And that's when they moved into the group home situation.
No, they moved me from the group home into this man's house with his crazy wife. And Casey knew.
Okay, Red, you're going to be in therapy. So
I know.
God.
That's why I tell you, this is going to be a lifelong thing for me. It's not going to be.
Write a book, surviving.
It shaped me. You know what? Yeah, that's what the lady said, that I'm a survivor.
Or saving my sanity. You need to name it something that's going to capture what you've been through, because
swimming through the currents, riding the eddy home.
Oh, I like that. Is that what you're going to call it?
I don't know. That's just what came to my head.
I like that. It just came to your head. Write that down. I like that. And if you need me to proofread, I'll proofread for you.
Okay.
Proofreading, formatting, and everything else. I think you really need to put this down. And you may not be.
I think it would be lethargic for me. I think it would help me heal.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, you may not be able to put it all in one book. You need to break it up. Make it a series. You know what I mean? And go from there. I'm so serious.
But yeah, I lost my health probably because of it. Because they say you hold everything on your insides.
You hold it in, yes.
And then I got 6 bowel obstructions. So it was like my bowels were just, my stomach had so much scar tissue from my mom kicking me all the time.
Yeah.
So
she's burning in hell, trust and believe that.
I hope so. She had the most horrific look on her face. Even when she died. I was like, I hate to say it, that sounds horrible. I can't reconcile that I'm a good person, yet I enjoyed my mom dying. That's hard for me to reconcile, but I know it's okay because
I can see that. I can see that. You're a good person, but the person that put you through hell did all of this stuff to you. by her dying that alleviates some of your anxiety. You don't have to see that person or ever have to
Right.
look
And
into
and
that
then
person again.
all my siblings are safe now, and
Yep.
they can
So
talk
I
about,
can
because
see
none of
that.
us could talk about it because mom would threaten to kill us, like shoot us.
Yep. So I can see that. And that doesn't make you a bad person. So okay, I can see that. It's like a
I
person,
struggled with that though. I struggled with that for a while.
but it's like a person that would be art, okay? And they never catch the person that did it. Every day of their life, if they're anywhere, they would have that anxiety anytime they see
Yeah, because you don't know if they're coming.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I
And
understand that.
you're
I'm not even a
I
psychologist, and
still
I
am
understand it.
constantly, because when you're held against your will and you're being tortured,
Oh my
you
God.
start like um trying to pick up on that person's mood. What can you do to get out of this?
What can you
What
do? I don't want this to happen to me. Unlike
Yeah.
people who
But
say,
in
no,
no way did I
not
ever think, "Oh, please not today. I want to rest and sleep." That never entered my head.
got you.
Things that entered my head were like, if I could get free, I would run to the DSHS office. I'd make the first right. That I had it memorized in my head how to get there, and I'd tell myself every night how to get there. Like, it had nothing to do with,
Tell me
"Oh, I
again,
hope I don't sleep
why,
tonight." You know what I mean? Like,
why didn't you ever leave?
I was only 9. I was so little. And then she held me captive the last 6 months. She had me tied up to my bed.
Oh my God.
She had me tied up like 4-point, tied up, and I had no mattress. It was just boards every couple feet.
You're lucky she didn't
She
you
got
really lucky
charged
she
with
didn't take.
homicide.
Oh my God.
They charged her. She had till 1 o'clock the next day for me to appear, because she had me all tied up and they were looking for me. And she had me gagged and tied up in the closet. I could hear them looking for me, but I was too scared because you know what? They always gave me back.
Mm.
And so I didn't trust him at that point to,
You
you know
know
what I
what?
mean?
She could have been another Susan Daybell. I mean, uh
Well,
Daybell.
why they left my sisters with her, and they knew it was that severe.
Because
They
I
saw
think
the burn marks. They saw the ones. My mom burned my hands off when I was 1. Like, why did they ever give me back? Come on, people.
maybe it was something about you, but still, they should have taken all the kids. I'm just saying, you're
Yeah,
right.
because
Normally,
it
when
was like,
CPS or
you know
DFS
what? It
take
was
kids,
me out of
yes,
this group, and it was Austin out of the next group of kids. Do you know what I mean?
yes.
There was always the one she picked on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So, but with that, and for them giving you back all the time, she'd be happy, and then the other kids will get jealous, and then
Yes,
something is whipped in her head again that you're the enemy, and then she
yes,
starts attacking again. Get you.
exactly.
I got you. But yeah, you could have definitely sued the state, but I definitely understand what you're saying. And I understand it's not that you're rejoicing in her death, but you're glad
No,
that,
I'm free. I'm not
yes,
scared.
yeah, I get that. You're free and you don't have to
My
worry about
my
how.
foster dad worked for the prisons, okay? He had people that give him $50 on their books in prison. They kill anybody out here.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I never took the opportunity.
Woman, I don't know why. And I know you do have your YouTube channel. I know you have all of that, but I really need you to put this down on paper. And I know you've been journaling. I know you have some of it, but you
Oh,
need to get.
it's buried in storage somewhere. I had a guy that went to Whitman
Oh,
College,
yeah.
and
Smuggle wants to know if you were the oldest.
no, I'm the middle.
You're the middle. I thought I couldn't remember if you
I
said you
know
were.
I studied psychology and the birth order. I mean, I should have been sweet, but no.
Okay, you weren't the oldest, so you were the youngest. I'm the middle, and
Yeah,
you
I
would
was
be
the
the one.
second
So
to the
he didn't.
youngest and the third born.
Yeah, so I don't believe that he would have touched the other kids. They were older, they can talk, but he touched you for
Yeah.
whatever reason, and that's where your mother's animosity comes from.
Well,
Came
he
from.
probably saw the distance between me and my mom because she started abusing me from the moment I was born.
Oh
The
my!
moment, I mean,
And they
premature.
let her keep you.
Yeah, they kept giving me back. I was first hospitalized when I was like 1 actually, and then 3, and then 4, and then 9.
Oh my God.
That's what the system did back then. Think about it. In the 80s, men used to beat the crap out of my mom, and we call the cops, and they'd walk back an hour later, more pissed off that we called the cops. Then she'd really get a beating.
So she was getting a beating. She would then take it out on you. Oh, this is crazy.
Well, and my dad cheated on my mom, right? My dad wanted a boy really, really bad, I guess. He named my sister after himself, even though she wasn't a boy. And then he was cheating on my mom, I guess, when I was born. And he tried to beat me out of my mom. So I came premature, and I was a girl. So it started out from jump. You are not wanted. Do you know what I mean? And I was put in like a little incubator thingy. And that's why my mom said we didn't bond, was because of that. But I think we didn't bond because my dad cheated on her, and when the other lady was pregnant at the same time,
your dad came to you, and
the other lady was pregnant at the same time.
Oh my God!
And guess what she had?
That you don't know.
She had a boy.
Oh God!
So my dad left my mom. He was married to my mom. He divorced her and married that lady.
Now, is that the dad that got 99 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Charmer.
Mr. Charmer, got you. Girl, you
and
better
his dad is the one that is in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
What?
Yeah.
His dad is in the Country Music Hall of Fame?
Yeah, my grandpa is in the Country Music Hall of Fame, and I was too scared to meet him because I felt like if you could raise that monster.
Do you know I'm going to take a couple of hours and see who your dad is? I'm going to find out who his dad is.
I will. I'll send you a link.
Okay, because look, you're going to save me time because you know damn well.
He has a Wikipedia and everything.
Oh my God. I'm glad you can laugh about this, but oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so crazy. And I guess he owned a couple Taco Johns and ran for the mayor of the city of Missoula. These people are freaking nuts, dude.
I'm sorry. Okay, send me the damn link because his dad is in the Hall of Fame for the country music. He went to prison for 99 years, but he died in prison. Oh, your mom, a girl. Yeah, you need to, yeah, okay.
It's a convoluted story.
But you know
what? Over and over again, and it'll be the same every time. And that's why I don't believe Casey Anthony's, because you know what? My story never changes.
Your story never changes. Hers, you know, I'm not.
Because it's like burned in my brain. Do you know what I mean?
Some parts were believable. Some parts I'm like, come on now, you just contradicted yourself. But 15 minutes ago, you said this.
How would you ever think, not tonight? That's something a wife thinks. Not tonight, I'm tired. Just let me sleep.
Girl, you know, they got so many pretend victims out here. So when you are truly a damn victim and not a victim,
know.
You are a survivor. You are the epitome.
I kind of giggle at a lot of it because I've been through so much. It's like, you couldn't hang with me. But my therapist taught me, you know, that it's all relative. And to them, that's all they know. That's all their reference. That's all they can reference it to. Well, and be happy for them that they can't understand.
We're going to have to do a series on you. What do you mean? Ebb and tide and riding the flow. I forgot. How did you?
Swimming the current, riding the eddy home.
Yep. That's what we're going to have to do a series on you.
Or something. Out on the tide and riding the eddy home. Swimming the tide and riding the eddy home.
Yep, I like that. Swimming the tide, riding the eddy home. We're going to have to do a series on you because you are definitely a survivor, not a pretend one. Mm-hmm. Not somebody, no. You are definitely.
No, that's why I got Social Security. It was very easy for me. They looked at my hospital reports, my group home reports. Like, you can't lie about it. It's like, I know sometimes when people are lying because I've been through so much and I know exactly, okay, so where'd you stay? I know these things. Do you know what I mean? I know what happens because I was there. It happened to me.
Yep. And when I when I realized when you told me to tell them that I know a Casey child, I
Yeah.
thought it was somebody you knew. But listening to you, I'm like, you are the Casey child. That
I am the Casey child.
you're
Yeah.
the Casey child. And yeah, so I'm definitely going to have her talk to you. But I'm telling you, we need to do and the way you talk about it and the way you can laugh at some things and some things, that tells me that you have gone through that therapy and you have worked through a lot, but yet you still hold resentment.
Oh yeah, it's impossible. I've had 6 years,
Yeah.
pretty much 6 years of intense therapy. The last out of the last
Oh,
10.
Snuggles says she thinks she know who it is. I'm telling you, when you said that, I'm like, wait a minute, whose son went to prison for? And I was just gonna go look what country in Western your son went to prison for 99 years. I'm saying I was gonna.
No, he didn't. His son did.
Yeah, that's what I said. His son did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna see which one was in the Hall of Fame whose son went to prison for 99 years.
Look up the chaplain of country music.
Chaplain of country music. Got you.
Of all things, that's what he's known as too. The chaplain. Get out of here. He was having whores and prostitutes and all that. And yeah, he's the minister, the chaplain, and he was the preacher of the country. Get out of here.
Yeah, you have a pretty dysfunctional family. I hate to tell you that, but you do.
He owned strip clubs and shit, and yet he was sitting there doing prayers and with Garth Brooks and stuff. I'm like, holy cow, these people are crazy.
I don't blame you for not wanting to meet them.
And then, like, I did end up meeting him though. Like after I was 25 and I settled down a little bit. I was 15 when he first reached out to me, and I was just like, nah. He sounded too like weird. He was like, baby, I love you. I've like that. Don't call me baby. Okay. Don't call me baby.
You don't know me. Yep. You don't know me.
And so that triggered me. And I was like, nah, he's too smooth, like,
okay.
He's offering, like, no, where you been the last? Hey, I've been out here for 20 years almost now, and I'm 15. You know what I mean? I'm fighting my mom in court to become emancipated because she had it, so I was going to be reunited. They had a reunification date set.
They were going to send
I was
you
moving
back
to Canada,
again?
dude. I was heading to the border.
They were going to send you back again?
Yes, Casey. See, they fucked. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They messed me up mentally so bad through school that's why I feel like they should pay for my college now.
Okay, Snuggle
they would have paid for it right away.
Okay, Snuggle wants to put his initials in the chat. Is that okay?
Yes, my grandpa's? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I can tell you what it is. It's DD.
She was going to do it because she said, I think I know who it is. And I think she knew who it was.
I doubt it, though. It's hard to find him. Go ahead. I didn't give the real initials. I gave his ones that he used. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Did she put them in? I don't see them yet.
No, I don't either.
Okay, she's going to put them in, and then I'm going to have to get out of here because I need to be. I have training tomorrow morning at 5:30. From 5:30.
Good night, Susan.
Good night, Susan. So I have training tomorrow from 5:30 to 7:30. Once that training is over, I am coming home. She said, "Is it JP?"
No.
Okay, so I'm coming home. I am logging off my computer and I am going to take the day. My plan is to take the day off after my training. And if it's snowing really bad, because it started snowing earlier, if it's snowing really bad, it started, then it stopped. But if it's snowing really bad, I am not leaving out of here.
Now, are you on the Airway Heights part of Spokane, or are you on Davenport side?
No, I'm on the hill. So I'm on Airway Heights is
the opposite end, right?
The opposite end. Airway Heights is by the casinos.
Are you in the north part?
I'm in the north. I'm on the hill.
The new part, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
My aunt, my dad's sister lives there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she won't talk to me.
Yep, and I got to go all the way down the hill. Everywhere I go, I have to go down.
So do you have to use like Francis Street then?
Freya. Freya, Thor, Ray. Yeah.
I
And
think
then
I had to take Francis. I lived out in Reardon.
okay, you were in Reardon. Okay.
So
No,
we'd take Francis out into the valley, but not the valley, the what do you want to call it? The canyon?
the canyon, yes. Yeah. I'm in the new part, but I love it. It's nice. The trees are
It's nice.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
But
it's beautiful.
Ooh, but when it snows, ooh, Lord.
It snows all year too. Once you get your first pack, you got it all till April. At least we did up in Republic. Oh my
you know
gosh.
what the best thing is? It doesn't get that hot here until like it may get hot around August a little bit, but for the most part, the summer was
It's
nice.
hot there compared to over here. It's hot there.
Oh, compared to where you're at, you're in the mountains, yeah.
No, I'm in Seattle.
You're in Seattle? See, we don't get as much rain as you do. You guys get rain a lot.
And our temperature stays more like in the 50s all the time, 50s, 60s, 70s. And then for a couple months, now since El Nino or whatever, we are getting hotter here.
Okay. But yeah, so I am in Spokane. So, yep. And Airway Heights is where I go, is where the casinos and stuff are over that way. But
I bet you that Tammy Wynette would know my grandpa.
Yep. I need to go to I'm gonna go to OMAC. I have a friend that I met and we chit chat back and forth, but she wants
I can give you a hint. He traveled with them and he was on the TV show called the Jubilee Arc, or it was in the 50s. He was on a TV show with all those guys.
Snuggle, as soon as she tell me who it is, you too, Stacy, I will let you know.
Here, Heidi, I'll tell you on Instagram.
Okay, you tell me on Instagram, and then I'll send it to her. Or you can put it in the private chat, and then I'll just let her know who it is. But Snuggle she's been looking at the Delphi murders because we were looking at that, and she finds stuff and she sent it to me. And looking stuff up, but she found something that I didn't even know about. And I was like, wait a minute, where did this guy come from? But he's dead now, but okay. So, but I'm going to go and thank you guys for being here. Maybe I don't remember the initials, but I do remember the story.
Okay, I sent it to you on Instagram.
Okay, let me go look. My phone didn't make, let me go look. And Snuggle, I'm going to send it to you so you will know exactly who it is. Oh my God. Snuggle is, oh my God, I dropped my phone for a second. Oh my God. Snuggle, I'm sending this to, okay, now how do I forward? I need to forward it to her. Oh, I just need to, hold on. I'm going to take a picture. Okay, hold on, Snuggle. I'm sending it to you. I'm taking a picture of it and I'm sending it to you because I can't forward it the way you sent it to me. So let me send this to Snuggle real quick. Chat and FRANK. Okay, I have it. Why? Oh, there we go. Snuggle, I just sent it to you. Good night, everybody. I appreciate all of you guys. Snuggle, did you get it? I just sent it. Okay, I just sent it to her. Well, you
know how so many people lie,
Yep, but
I can't stand liars because my whole life, that's the only way I can protect myself. And the only thing somebody cannot take away from you ever is your word.
Yep.
No matter how much they do to you, no matter how much, they can't take that from you.
Oh my God. Snuggle, I sent it. It says it's I'm looking at it. It's coming from me, and I sent it to your IG. The FAL one. That's the one I sent it to. And it's coming from H Black, not from T Sippers. It's coming from H Black 43. Oh my God. I'm looking at him. I'm like, yeah. If I was you, I'd stay away from him too.
Right? And the picture that I had was of him at the Grand Ole Opry.
I do know who that is.
I saw it was this weird black and white photo that they sent me, and he was playing at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yep.
So it was like one of their like flyers, you know?
Yeah, I do know who that is.
He looked so creepy to me, like that. He looked like a pedophile.
He does. Red, look what Snuggle said. She
He
said,
looked like Santa in that one.
yeah, he does. Look, she said, you might have heard of my uncle's name, Red. His name was Perry.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I knew Como Perry, and some. Yeah, there were some. Like Grandpa talked forever about that stuff. I helped him when he was dying of cancer, and I'm glad he did, because I would have not. I never met my real dad, and he was the only that I got to see of my dad's side.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you waited till you were 25.
Yeah, me too. Yes, indeed. Sorry. I wish I could find that photo. You know who he looks like? The guy that was on not Mr. Rogers, but the captain one, the guy that played the captain.
I forget
Captain Kangaroo. Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, Captain Kangaroo. Yes. He does.
That's what he looked like to me. That dude.
That's what he looks like. Snuggle, did you get it? Okay, but guys, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you guys for listening.
Greg, I'm telling you, anytime you want to come up on panel, I enjoy our conversation.
Thank you,
girl. I enjoyed having you up here. I enjoy hearing your stories. And I'm telling you, anytime you want to just talk about anything, if you feel free, you want to come up, we can just have a discussion. You see these people in the chat, they just they had questions, and I'm going to tell you, I hear you, I listen to you, and I know that what you're saying is the truth, because even when we were over at Terry Lynn's that night and I was saying what was going on, when you reached out and you told me who to contact, and I didn't put it together until you started talking that you are that Casey child that you were telling me about.
Yeah.
And
well, how would I know about it?
You wouldn't know. You're right. Oh my God. Snuggle said her uncle was an abuser too. Oh my God.
They all were. From that, it was called the Ozark of the Jubilee of the Ozark or some stupid crap like that. But he openly talked like so disgusting about Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline, and just so sexualized them in such a way that you just don't. They were married women. I guess they had crock pots all cooking back there and crap. You don't talk about women like that. That's not cool.
Oh my God.
And then he told my sister that he owned strip clubs and stuff. That's what he, put his money into. He had a theater in Branson and he had a strip club. And so my sister, like I said, she had 11 kids. My grandpa offered her a job in this, to be a working girl.
What?
Mm-hmm. Worked for him.
Oh my God.
Nasty, old, perverted men. That's what he reminded me of.
You helped him
so gross. When he died, my aunt got in bed with him in his freaking underwear, man. And there was something creepy between the two of them, because whenever she came in the room, he was like the life of the party, right? But whenever she walked in the room, he shut up and looked down.
And just the thing, even the stuff that you're telling me and the things he was saying, you still helped him when he was dying. So that shows that you are a caring person.
Well, I mean, I try. I don't want my mom to ruin that in me. That's why I say when I said about my sisters that they won, they're broke. That's what I mean. They're broken. They can't care about anybody but themselves. They can't, you lose that ability, that humanity. And it becomes just survival. Basic survival is very guttural, very instinctual, very dirty, very caveman, ooga booga.
Well, thank you very much for sharing with us.
Well, good night.
And thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Red.
Talk to you soon. I'll be in your next chat. I'll try to make it to your thingy.
Of course you
really
will.
Like it.
So tomorrow night is our fun night. Tomorrow night is when we drink.
Okay. Well, I don't drink because it hurts my tummy.
Don't drink. I really haven't been drinking, but the other night I did have wine when I went live on last Thursday. I think I had wine, or did I have a juice but I think I had wine. But normally I'll get like I have these ice, this ice water. It's called ice with the flavors. I'll put
yes, I've heard of that. Is it
Yeah.
good?
Yes,
No?
it's really good.
Oh, really? Okay.
Really, really good.
Is it like Crystal Light?
It's better than Crystal Light. I go to Sam's and I buy like 2 cases, not Sam's, Costco or Walmart, and I get like 2 cases at a time. Yeah, it's called ice. It's really, really good. So so I've been drinking a lot of that because I don't really like to drink water. So I drink those ice drinks, and the flavor is so good. And I can put it, especially when they're nice and cold, they go down real quick.
Oh yeah. Okay,
So,
well, because my roommate's messaging me for what's for dinner.
Oh, wait a minute. Snuggles said he slapped my aunt one night and my dad almost caved him. Damn.
Oh
my God.
Unalived him. We can't say the bad words. That must have been traumatizing for you, honestly, to see that stuff. That was horrible for me. I think that was almost worse seeing it happen to others than having it happen to myself.
And having it happen to you because you have compassion for people and empathy.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it is.
It would terrorize me.
Yeah. So you do have compassion and empathy for other people.
But I think I was going down that dark road though. I liked fires. I liked when I see I peed the bed till I was in late age. There were signs and I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I got saved. I could have been one of those psycho kids.
Yep, and you could have repeated the cycle just like
harming animals. I used to squeeze a cat because it didn't want to sit on my lap because it hurt my feelings.
You used to squeeze a cat?
Yeah, because it hurt my feelings when it wouldn't sit on my lap. So I'd squeeze it. That'll get it to sit on your lap, right?
It'll make you scratch the hell out of you, I would think.
And I felt so bad. I had that cat till I was in my late 30s or late 20s, early 30s. I felt so bad. I made it up to him for I was only mean till I was 12, so only 1 year.
So you had that cat all that time?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I mean, I tried to put him in dolly clothes and stuff like that, and he did not like it. So I don't blame him for not liking me.
Yeah, he
Poor
said,
thing.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's gonna put me in clothes. I got enough fur on my back.
Right. And then why would my feelings when he jumped? I don't know. I was so rejected, I think, by my parents and stuff. And it hurt my feelings. That's what it was.
The cat didn't know he was hurting your feelings. But some cats don't like to be bothered.
I resonated with that cartoon Pepe Le Pew so much because I always wanted the kitty, and the kitty was always trying to get away from me.
You okay? All right, Pepe Le Pew. Guys, I'm getting out of here. This woman is crazy. All right, I love you. I'm serious.
Okay, talk to you guys later.
Loving you. I mean, I'm serious. You have me. 1 minute I want to cry. The next minute I want to laugh. The next. Oh, she is. You're one of the strongest women. I'm serious. I'm listening to you. And just when you were speaking about Casey Anthony, even in chat and with what you were writing, and I was like, okay, I got to get her on my panel. I really have to get her on my panel.
Well, I done showed up.
I'm glad you done showed up. I'm going to call you Simply Red from now on because I'm serious.
And I'll keep holding on.
Keep holding on, girl. And you see that song? You see that?
Holding back the years. Something about money.
You gotta think about that one song, the Holding Back the Years,
that one.
Thinking about the life I've long lived.
That song, My Name is Luca, used to kill me. My name is Luca.
That one song that he did, that song can listen
to the song My Name is Luca tonight, and you'll cry.
My Name is Luca too. I'm gonna listen to that, and then a remake he did from Patti LaBelle. I love Simply Red. Even now, the older he's
so good.
Yeah, but
they're talent. They're real talent.
Yeah, that's talent. I still love me some boys.
We need to go though. My roommate's gonna kill me.
Okay, I gotta go. Bye, guys.
Love y'all. Bye.
Bye. Bye.